All right, this next location was a little difficult to find. We had an address on Pike Street, and we're in Lawrenceville, Georgia. Pike Street. The address that I found on the source that I've been using was 4721 Pike Street, Lawrenceville. Well, that's 4721 brings you on the other side of Pike Street. Pike Street is a one-way street from here to there. You can't go back this way. So we're over here trying to find this location, and 4721 it doesn't exist. There's nothing there. So like we want to ride back up Pike Street and just kind of scour it and see if we run into it. So we have to find a parallel road, which is over there, coming back this direction, wrap around, and then start over in Pike Street down there. I'm going to bring in this screenshot here to try to match what it is I'm about to show you. In the show, you can see that sign, that building, that house, or whatever that is, that building with those windows right there. And at the time, zoomed in like this, you can see this. Well, you can see that light pole. At the time, there was one of these Pike Street, like, what do you call them? Like, I don't know, they're exclusive signs. They run up all and down Pike Street, and now actually where I am now, you know, there's nothing to show you. But anyway, this sign in this clip, in this screen grab, you can see it posted about right here. And it's Wendy's van. She's coming down this street, this direction. She makes a right to this location. And obviously, if you're a fan of the show, you're watching this video, you already recognize this location. Dermody Realty. This is where Sam's Realty business resides. And this is it's seen in episode 2, the very beginning. It's the opener scene, and Wendy is here to get a job. She actually parks right there where my rental is, just like that. That angle. Pulls in right here. Her and Mari have a conversation, and this is where that infamous line.
In fact, the satisfying sound of your lover smacking the pavement is the only thing that gets me to sleep every night.
Open the goddamn door!
Anyway, this is it. You have Dermody Realty right here. I do want to correct myself. The one thing I did point out here was the Dermody Realty sign was up here, and that's actually wrong. It's a decal on the window. So this is the inside. She meets Sam here. I can't point because I'm up against the window here, but just look to the left side of your screen, and well, straight center. I think that's kind of where Sam's office was, and he's back there, and he's doing some weird stuff with some peanut butter and a dog. Comes out, and that's how Wendy meets him in that awkward first impression meeting. All right here.
Sorry, it keeps me awake when nobody's...
I could give a fuck. I need a house. Get yourself together, give your girl some water, I'll meet you outside.
Yeah, you got it.
Now, I don't know if this is a working laundromat, but there's a bunch of appliances here. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Maybe it's storage. That's it. Here's the opposite end where the door is. Another scene that just came to mind is Marty comes here to speak to Miss Dermody about investing her $90,000 or $900,000, or I forget what it was, with him. And in the back, toward the left wall here, there was that painting that Wendy hated. She described it as a zombie mermaid pissing in the ocean.
It's going to be the first thing someone sees when they walk in.
And of course, Marty, knowing how to talk, the last thing he says to Miss Dermody when he comes out this door.
Beautiful piece of art, by the way, behind him.
Of course, she likes that. She's like, you know what?
Wait,
let's do this.
What?
Let's do this right now. Be done with it.
Yeah?
Come on.
Secures the deal. So anyway, you can see out these windows in the road, and that's it. You know, we never even tried to see if the door was open. Sometimes people leave doors open. Nope. But the address on I got it from real2reallocations.com, Blogspot, something like that. Ozark, type in Ozark. All the locations are there if you want to ever do this while you're in the Georgia area. But the address is wrong. It's actually 281 West Pike Street, not 4721. I'm not really sure where they got that. But anyway, that's it. Off of the service road on 85 sits what was Uncle Chucky's Diner. That might have been the fictional name, but you know what? They're not open at 7 a.m. This place is closed. This was the diner that they used it quite a bit. Marnie meets up with Petty here, shows him the video of his mom getting shot up, you know, her heroin with her dealer. Well, actually, Nelson is the one doing it. There's also Marty and Jacob meet here. Wendy meets up here with Marty, I believe, in the flashback scene with Jacob and Darlene. And of course, the most memorable scene for me is when Cade meets up with Wendy. They sit, I think, in one of these windows here. And that's how she starts the plan to have him execute. She slides over the bag of money, the suitcase of money, under the table. I think it's like $100 grand. Take the $100 grand and leave town. And he accepts it. He checks out with the waitress up there, comes out here, and then the next scene he's driving in. They stage like a dog that had been hit, and just to kind of get him out of his truck, and he's shot right on the spot right there. This all happened here. It sucks that this place, whatever it was, which that is kind of what it's looking. Looks to be the last name for this place. It looks abandoned. See, in the show, they actually had, you could see these red diamond decals here. And here it says daily special homemade desserts. I don't know if you can read all that. With the red little diamond decals, but you could see in the show, you could actually see them, but probably the characters were sitting on this side and the camera was shooting out. You could see the decals through the window that way. They've since been removed because I had another fellow Ozark fan that did a video, and he's right here. He points out the decals. So they've since been removed. But the hours are actually still posted, and the hours on Google that I found showed 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., which are wrong. This is showing closed Saturday and Sunday, but I'm pretty sure this place is completely out of commission. But this is as close as we're gonna get. It's kind of crazy, man. This is not where I expected this place to be. It's off the service road. You have this rundown motel looking over here, so you've got those people coming in around here. It's kind of a sketchy area, so, and it looks abandoned, so you want to kind of use caution if you ever come out here. But this was it. I believe it was Uncle Chucky's Diner in the show, but I could be wrong because Google actually was picking it up. It's really confusing. Like, I would find Uncle Chucky's Diner in Google, and then Apple Maps wouldn't find it, but Google Maps would. Again, the diner where Cade has his last meal, picks up his bag of $100 grand, and is killed right down the road. Right here.
I got a job interview.
What? How?
Technology.
I know you're pissed off at your mother, but she still could have given you a ride. Charlotte, you're gonna be late. Hurry up, get in there.
Next location brings me to Marietta. This is the East Marietta Shopping Center, and that is where Charlotte had her first interview. So in real life, it's East Marietta Drugs. They are closed. This is Saturday, and they close at 1:30. So that's kind of cool. Well, it's easier for me because I'm not creeping around the establishment. But this is the door she would have walked in through, and the interview would have been right on this side, right in there. So of course they would have probably rented out the space for however many days, or maybe probably just for the day, to film inside and dress it like they want. but it would have been right in this corner. Okay, so imagine the camera's in there shooting outward. You can see that building in the background through the inside. Once the employer, the interviewer, asked when she could start,
Could you start this weekend?
she then sees Wyatt and 3 skateboarding around here, just right up and down the sidewalk. They're actually more on over here in this area, right in front of this establishment, which in the show, it's, if you look at the signage, it says Lake of the Ozarks Pharmacy, or maybe Lake of the Ozark, yeah, Lake of the Ozark Pharmacy. It's in blue decals. They might have got the inspiration to name that fictional signage from these Marietta drugs, which is where Charlotte's actually interviewing. But anyway, they're skateboarding around here, and I think the shot is from here. You can actually see 3 is sitting right in this corner here. You can see him sitting on that ledge, and then the sign is like that. So the shot's kind of like this. You can see the blue sign here on that door. Charlotte comes storming out from the interview. Comes this direction. You can see this yellow pole there. I think the camera then turns around this direction, and you can see Wyatt get punched, falls down there. I think you can even see this crack. I have to look back at the clip. I think the crack is shown, but this is where it all happened. It's kind of cool to see in real life, because you know, they dress everything, and the storefronts are different to match the area that the story is set in. But yeah, real life East Marietta drugs and Marietta Pizzeria is what I think it is. So pretty cool to be right here. Bateman, Marty's parked out here somewhere waiting on her. She comes, after she hits Wyatt, she comes back into the car. He's like,
Did I just see what I think I saw?
Yep.
Good shot.
all right here, East Marietta Shopping Center. Pretty cool.
There's a picture right there, actually.
Oh, see? Yeah.
No one
that's
ever.
so cool.
The section's always closed, so.
Oh, really? Is there a reason for that? Or?
We don't have enough servers.
Oh, I see.
But it would be if we had the people. But
I think it's so cool that
I didn't
this
even
is the
know
second
that.
barbecue place with JR's.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
JR's, it's like on, they did the same thing. They have
That's so
the
cool.
plaque commemorating the spot. So.
I had no idea, and I love that. What's his name?
Jason Bateman?
Yes, I love him.
Yeah,
he's
he's
in
so good.
Arrested Development. I love that show.
Thanks for showing me the table.
Of course.
It's a good photo. Yep. All right, so this is, as you can, maybe you heard, this is the table. Marty meets up with Margaret, aka Raven, one of the strippers on that worked at the Lickety Splits, and they're here meeting up to get in. He's meeting up with her to get intel on Bobby and how he pays his employees, and to learn more about the safe and whatnot. And she didn't really have anything but a pay stub, and then so he pays her, about to leave, and then she's like, where are we meeting? We're not supposed to do more for you? I'll just show you the clip.
So where to?
What do you mean?
I'm supposed to fuck you now, right?
Oh, no.
What, suck you up?
No, we're good. Can you give that to the waiter for me, please?
This is it, though, right here. This is Williamson Brothers Barbecue in Marietta. Stop by if you're in the town. Get something to eat. Here's another angle where Jason's at, Marty. And then this angle is where Raven is sitting. Pretty cool. All right, this next location is the superstore that Tuck buys the gun for Jonah. In real life, it's called, right there, Adventure Outdoors. This is in Smyrna, Georgia. This is like, not that far from Marietta is where I just left. I'd go inside, which I've kind of planned on doing, but for one, I just don't want to walk around there with a camera and match up the checker number and go to the gun area and just, camera in people's faces. That's one reason. And the other main reason is I'm running out of daylight and I got to get to the Snell's farm, and that's where I'm going next. I got about 45-minute, a 30-mile drive to Alpharetta. I'm going to that location now, but here's a wide shot of the store. Adventure Outdoors, the superstore where Tuck buys Jonah a gun.
Have a superstore day.
Okay, so now around the back of the store, it cuts to after Tuck gets the gun, he comes this direction, and you can see this is the shot, kind of like this. And he rounds the corner. He says, "I got it." And Jonah's right here waiting on him on his bike. Hands him the gun. "Thanks, man." And then and then Jonah takes off on his bike that way. And then, before he takes off on his bike, Tuck says, "Promise to keep that safety on?" I said, "Yeah, sure." And then that's when he rides off on his bike. And then the camera does this. It's a crane, so it goes up like this. That's pretty much it. But I mean, it looks exactly the same. This is still green. It's still got the black fence, chain link fence. Obviously, you have this brick wall here. I mean, it's exactly like it was then. I mean, it's only what, 3 or 4 years ago.
I got it.
Thanks, man. I'll call you later.
You promise to keep that safety on?
Promise. See ya.
See ya.
Alright, that's 777 Rivendell Lane. You got the Snell's house. Right down that road. There it is. Let's get closer and see what we can see. Driving up to the Snell's farm driveway right there. Not the Snell's farm, the Snell's house. Ooh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Snell's house right there. God damn, man. These roads are no fucking joke. So I think this is the road. Yeah, where like Marty and Wendy, after their deal with Dell, I think that's the house right there. That's the porch. They killed Bobby with the heroin. But I think right here, like, this is where Marty and Wendy park and talk about what just happened. And anyway, no, Marty is on his way out. And down the road, I think, is where, is it the local cops or the feds? It's the feds. Try to stop them thinking they have something on them, and sure enough, there's nothing in the car. They got nothing. This road is super bumpy. And I think even further down the road, could be mistaken, is where Marty and Wendy had the conversation after Darlene kills Dell. And that line that's always memorable to me, he's like talking about like consequences or from decisions that people make, and there's consequences to those decisions. And Mason,
Or Mason
should have stayed out in the water. Should have stayed out in
fucking
water. I love the way he says that. It's just so Jason Bateman, I'm gonna throw the drone up and see what I can get. Alright, well, I don't know what order I'm going to be putting all this in, but while filming all these locations, this is my very last location to stop off at before I go home tomorrow. And it brings me back to Alpharetta. Tried to do it last night, but I ran out of daylight. I was able to get Snell's house and their land there. By the time I was done there, it was completely dark. I did roll by here where I'm standing now, but it was dark. You could see nothing, but now you can see everything, and it's actually a lot closer to the road than I thought. This is the Snell's barn. It's this property and what you see in their house, this property and their house are about a little less than 2 miles apart, but it's not on the same piece of land like depicted in the show. There you go. That's me zoomed in with my phone, but I got to get the drone up, see what we can see closer. But yeah, the gate obviously is closed, locked. It is a private road. But let me show you wider. You could see why they picked all of this land. It's just so, you feel like you're in the show, you know what I'm saying? It's just, I can't speak from experience by saying, oh, it's just Missouri, because I don't know. But whatever vision that they had, all this hilly, open, green land. Now that I see this, it wouldn't surprise me if they filmed Jacob's death in those woods. Wouldn't surprise me at all. This actually looks more like the property where they would have filmed it than the property where the actual house stands, where that house resides. So anyway, let's see what we can get with the drone. Okay, so I decided to do a voiceover these clips here rather than use music because there's a little story behind this. There's not much footage of this drone sequence because I was flying right there from the road, and there was a neighbor across the street mowing his lawn. Well, first off, let's talk about, okay, so there's a shot from the show of the barn. I'm gonna say that they filmed the barn from the other side of what you see in my footage. That's why the trees didn't match up. So the cameras are on the other side of the barn shooting toward the left of the frame of my footage. But anyway, so right around this point, I'm approached by the neighbor that's across the street. He was mowing his lawn, and he just basically was asking me what I was doing. He's like, "You're flying a drone over?" I was like, "Yeah, just tracking down some filming locations for Ozark." He's like, "You part of the show?" And I just told him I tracked down locations, kept it pretty brief. And he just kind of, you could see him walking across the street right there. He just talked to me. And I told him that I'd fly back. He's like, "Oh, you might want to basically shut that down." And out of respect, I just said, "Okay, no problem." So that's why the flight was pretty brief. This is me flying it back to where I'm sitting right there in front of my rental in the black Charger there. See that car, the red car? That's where he resides. So I don't know if he owns that land across the street or if he's just speaking for another neighbor, but I went ahead and shut it down out of respect. Well, this is it. It's time to say goodbye to Georgia. It's time to say goodbye to this awesome room. Been here for a good solid week, and it's been quite the trip. Full days from morning to nightfall. It's been fun. It's been great. It's been exhausting, but as I've said, all things come to an end. This trip is now seeing that. But it's been quite the time. So it's time to get out of here. Got my bag packed. And we're say goodbye to the Hampton Inn and Flowery Branch. If you're ever in the area, want to do some Ozark locations. This is about 3 or 4 miles from the birdhouse. Come stay here. Jessica and her husband are great. They own the place. Again, the Hampton Inn, Flowery Branch. This is it. Hope you guys enjoyed everything I was able to show you. Until next time. Okay, so a couple houses that was not able to find, they're not listed online anywhere, are Helen's and Mason's. So I got a tip on where Helen's could be, and I'm checking that road out now, and I've already gone down it. It's not it, but I'm going to show you how similar the back area is, where you see Ben storming through to talk to Helen and her daughter, right here on the right. That back area looks so cool, and just like what you would expect in a Ozark scene like that. Couldn't you picture like Helen and her daughter just sitting out there talking, and then Ben storming through this driveway like he does in episode 8. This isn't the house though, because I checked out the front. The front doesn't match. It's like a long driveway, kind of like this. It's a cul-de-sac, but it pulls up straight to like a level. The driveway leads right up to the house. This house I just left, it dips down. The driveway goes down. But I just thought that would be cool to share. They could have totally used that house. I don't see why not. But they found a better house, I guess, for their mission. And I'm just not going to find it. I've asked a number of sources, and no one knows the specific address. One thing somebody did say, though, I don't know if this is a rumor, but outside of the house, there's a mannequin with a hole in its head. And if that's true, we talk about embracing the show, embracing the fictional world. That's so awesome. So it would have been cool to find that, but this is my last morning in Flowery Branch. I'm actually heading over to Lake Lanier again to get some drone footage of the lake and get close to Marty's dock again with the drone. I really would like to see the Lanier property. That has been the white whale for this trip. It's very tight and just locked up really good, and it just doesn't seem like I might be able to get close with the drone, but we'll see. This is Gaines Ferry again, right to my right. This is what, maybe the 5th time that I've shown this on camera. Again, to my left, the house Sam was selling, where his mom got hit, right there. And to my right, the Holy Grail. They're not home. This is Van Pugh North Park, so I'm going to go in here and see about taking my drone off. It's a $5 fee to enter the park for the day, which is not a big deal. Support the park. As I said a bit ago, this is my final morning in Flowery Branch. What a beautiful place. I'm so happy I stayed here. Just a couple miles to the lake. And so I have some time to explore Lake Lanier a little bit more than I did during this full schedule that I had. But so this is Van Pugh North Park. Look at that. It's a beautiful morning. I haven't checked the temp, but I want to say it's probably around 70, maybe high 60s. Feels great. Sun shining over the lake. You can see somebody docking over. That's where I was the other day. And right behind, again, right over there, is Marty's dock. The birdhouse. Just beyond it. This looks to be a little walk out pier. It's like a perfect spot to take off. Pretty quiet. And Monday morning, you got the trash pickup folks coming out, picking up the park trash. Look at that. Fantastic. And I don't see any hints of filming or production. No trucks, no signs, no barricades. So I know they resume filming on the weekdays. So I'm assuming that's the case today, but it doesn't seem to be at the birdhouse today. So who knows where they are. I didn't see any signs of filming as well at the Langmore property. So could be anywhere, or it could be a later shoot. It's Nelson. It's cool, Nelson. It's cool, man. We're leaving. Just stay in the car. We're getting out of here. Don't tell Helen. One more look at the birdhouse before we leave this beautiful state. This area, actually. That is the birdhouse. Again, one more time. I don't know how many times I can keep saying that's the birdhouse. That's the birdhouse. There it is. One more time. But, I mean, when you're here, but you don't live here, you try to soak it in, embrace it as much as possible. That's where Buddy walked, back there, nude. Buddy, you think you can put some clothes on next time? No. That's it. Final shot, birdhouse. I'm gonna miss this show when it's over.